Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show.
And first up, Brent and I are going to play a game. This game is about patience. Brent, would you say you're a pretty patient person?
No.
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 It's hard to be patient, isn't it?
It is.
And
extremely.
In fact, something that we're talking about today is that there's consequences to impatience. Would you say that's true?
Generally, yes.
Yeah. And they can be mild or they can be very harsh.
Severe.
The scripture that we're going to talk about here in a minute is about Moses and the Israelites who were not patient while they were waiting on him, meeting with God.
A calf.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
And so we're going to talk about that in a minute. But for now, here's how this game is going to work. One at a time, we're going to have a countdown. Kayla's going to count down from 3. And when she does, you're going to wait as close to a minute as possible. And when you think it's been exactly 60 seconds, 1 minute, I want you to say, time. And she'll stop her stopwatch. And then I'm going to do it. And whoever is closest to a minute wins and gets to pie the other one in the face. You down? You down for the challenge?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. So I'm going to get out of here and we're going to get this started. Good luck, Brent.
Thank you. Likewise.
All right, so Brent, you're going to go first.
Okay.
I'm going to start the timer. And as soon as you think it's been a minute, say stop.
Okay.
All right? 3, 2, 1, go.
Stop.
48 seconds.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Oh, well, at least I know.
So now it's going to be next
now
turn.
I know who gets pied then, don't I?
Well, we got to see. All right, so now it's your turn.
All right.
You don't know how Brent did.
I don't. I don't know what he did at all. I didn't hear counting.
You don't know what his strategy was or anything, so you're going with this.
And looking at him now, I can't tell if that's confidence or if he's pretty sure he didn't do great.
No, that's Brent. That's just Brent.
So I'm nervous, actually.
All right, do you have a plan?
I do have a plan.
Okay.
I have gum, and it's going to help me.
Okay, I'm going to count you down.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Time. I'm also now afraid that, because Brent's, been to war, and I'm sure there's some sort of strategy they gave him for something like this. I could see how it could be useful. No? Nothing like that?
All right.
Come on over, Brent.
I'm not sure I want to. No. I saw your time.
No!
All right.
I want to know how he did.
So
48.
48?
48, 50.
48.52.
Did you throw it on purpose?
How do you know what you did?
Because he just said I saw your time too.
You got 56.72.
Woo!
Yeah. You're
You're
less,
what?
3 seconds off.
3 seconds off of a minute. So you won this one.
Mississippi.
One Mississippi.
Brent, I'm sorry to have to do this to you.
No, you're not.
Brent was a little bit less patient than I was, and as we said, patience,
And I admit it.
impatience has consequences.
It does.
And today, your consequence in the middle of your workday is that I'm going to pie you.
Okay.
So here we go.
Okay.
Close your eyes. There we go. Get it real good on there. Oh.
That's one advantage of wearing glasses.
So you can take it right off.
Yes.
Brent, thank you so much for...
But consequences have consequences.
They do, don't they? Brent, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. And sorry about being pied in the face, but thank you so much. Say bye.
Bye, guys.
that was really nice of Brent to come on to our show and be pied in the face. And, I actually thought for sure he was going to beat me at that challenge. I don't really consider myself a terribly patient person. I don't think a lot of people do. I think a lot of people today get whatever they want when they want most of the time. We have a lot of instant gratification, which makes it important to remember that impatience has consequences. There's a story in the Bible in Exodus 32. Moses had led his people out of Egypt, and God had freed them, and they come to this mountain. It's called Mount Sinai, and Moses is supposed to go up this mountain to speak with God, where they were going to lay out all of the different rules and commandments to build a new covenant with the Israelites. But that took a long time. And so Israel is still waiting at the bottom of the mountain. And in verse 1 of chapter 32, it says, "The people saw that Moses took a long time to come down from the mountain, so they gathered around Aaron." Moses had put Aaron in charge, his brother, while he was on the mountain. And they said to Aaron, "Come, make us a god that will lead us. This fellow Moses brought us up out of Egypt, but we don't know what has happened to him." Aaron answered them, "Take the gold earrings off your wives, your sons, and your daughters. Bring the earrings to me." So people took off their earrings, and they brought them to Aaron. And he took what they gave him, and they made it into a golden statue of a god, and it looked like a calf or a baby cow. Aaron shaped it with a tool. And then the people said, "Israel, here is your God who brought you out of Egypt." Now, did this golden calf bring them up out of Egypt? No. No, it didn't exist at the time when they were brought up out of Egypt. You can guess what happens. Moses comes down from the mountain with all of these laws for the Israelites. And when he sees what his people have done, he drops them and he smashes them on the ground out of anger. They were too impatient to just wait for Moses to come back with his commandments from the Lord. I think that we may not be able to relate in the exact same way to these Israelites, but I will say that impatience has consequences in all of our lives. Maybe you've experienced this. Maybe you have a quiz that you're taking in school, and you're too impatient to read the instructions or really try your hardest on each question, and maybe you don't do well on your quiz. If you're somebody who can drive, impatience can be very dangerous. It can be dangerous for you and for those around you. And maybe you have somewhere you feel like you need to go, so you go over the speed limit, and what happens? You get pulled over. Maybe you run a stop sign, you get pulled over, and you have to then pay this large fine and maybe even go to court just because you couldn't be patient. But more so than that, more so than the way it affects us as individuals, patience is a fruit of the Spirit, and it's something we talked about last week. When other people who don't know God see us who claim that we know God being impatient, they think the Christian people are impatient. And just like with anything else, if they see us as being hypocrites, they think the Christian people are being hypocrites. If they see us as being quick to anger, they think, well, these people who think they know God are quick to anger. The same is true with patience. And patience is really important when dealing with other people. So this week, my challenge for you is to find a way to show more patience and to be more patient in your life. Even if it's something that maybe you don't think you need to be patient at. Be patient anyway. Take some time to meditate. Take some time to wait and practice patience, because it's something you have to learn. And in this world, there's not a lot of opportunities to learn about patience. I hope you guys are staying safe and having a great week. I'll see you next time.